So, you just started CrossFit, and now you're asking yourself, I have a couple different options. I can join the class in the gym, or I can do PT. Which one should I do, and what's the differences? And that is a solid question. You know, class or PT, what's the difference? What should I do? And here's my really brief response to it. And my response concerns what your goals are. If you have really specific goals, like goals involving nutrition, or goals involving maybe strengths, like what you want to hit for lifts, or maybe goals involving skills, like, hey, by 3 months from now, I want to be able to hit 10 muscle ups, or whatever the case may be. If you have really specific goals, then I'd actually recommend doing some PT. The classes, CrossFit classes are great. Don't get me wrong, they're amazing. It's a great opportunity for meeting people in the community, getting to know your coaches, and getting pretty much generally physically fit all over. But that's kind of the point of classes, is you're just getting generally physically fit. And it kind of depends on what your gym's programming is doing. And so sometimes your goals, what your goals are, you won't really accomplish it, or you're not doing programming meant to accomplish your goals by just doing the class. So if you have a really specific goal, like, I don't know, cleaning 300 pounds, or maybe doing a couple muscle ups or something like that, sometimes the class programming you're doing will help you probably get there, but maybe not accomplish it as fast as you would like it. And that's when I would recommend doing PT. Because doing PT is awesome. You grab yourself a coach, you sit down with a coach, you tell them what your goals are. You should have a goal setting session with them. Tell them what your goals are. I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to gain 50 pounds in my back squat. I want to be able to do muscle ups, whatever the case may be. And then they will give you a structured programming for it. Now, I will caveat and say this. Nothing should replace classes. Like, classes are awesome. Like, don't get me wrong. Don't feel like I'm saying classes are stupid. There is a time and a place for classes. Because if you only do PT, let me look at it from that perspective. If you only do PT, you probably won't meet people in the community. You probably won't meet people in the gym, in the community, and make some new friends. And that is really important when you do a CrossFit gym. You have to meet people. And classes is great because you still get generally physically fit from it. But if you have specific goals, I would recommend PT. Now, you might be asking yourself, okay, can I do both? And that is a great question. And I think you should do both. I don't think you should go into a CrossFit gym and only do PT. You don't meet people, you kind of feel like you're being ostracized from the group. And so I think it's important that you do both PT and class. So how do you mix it together? Personally, I think, if you're doing 4 classes a week, if you're doing 4 workout sessions a week, I don't think you should add PT onto it unless you feel like you need the volume, and unless you feel like maybe your PT session isn't very hard or strenuous. If it is really hard and strenuous, I would say sub out a class for it. So if you're doing 4 classes a week, I would say, hey, if you want to do PT, do 1 PT class a week and then 3 regular classes a week. And that should probably get you to your goal, because I don't think you should say, oh, I'm doing 4 classes a week, I'm going to add on 2 PT sessions, because then that's 6 sessions a week, and depending upon what you're doing for PT, that'd be pretty difficult, and your body might not recover. So, if you're asking yourself, should I do PT, should I do class, hopefully this video helps. And again, my recommendations are do both, but if you have really specific goals, use PT to your best interest. Now again, I know PT is really expensive. PT on average kind of depends on who you go to. All coaches should be different. They're all going to be paid a little bit different depending upon what percentage the gym takes away from them. But from my perspective, if you have a really solid goal, then PT should be worth it. Like, a lot of people think, oh, it's too expensive, but it's your health, it's your goals. If you can pay someone to help you to accomplish your goals and your health and get your health better, isn't that worth the money? I mean, from my perspective, you only have one body to live in, unless, of course, they figure out how to transfer state of consciousness into other minds, which I'm pretty sure we haven't done yet. You only have one body to have, only one body. And so if you can make yourself the healthiest version of you, isn't that money worth the cost? Anyways, guys, I hope that helps out. I hope that helps you attack the idea of PT versus class. What's the difference? How should you do it? Anyways, guys, have a great day, and we'll talk to you guys later. See ya!